Your Vice's Locked Room and Only I Have the Key is a 1972 horror/thriller, all giallo. The film is directed by Sergio Martino, starring Edwidge Fenech, Anita Strindberg, Luigi Pistilli, Ivan Rassimov, and it was produced by Luciano Martino, brother of Sergio. Music composed by Bruno Nicolai. The movie is also known as Gently Before She Dies, Excite Me, and Eye of the Black Cat. Your Vice's Locked Room and Only I Have the Key. It has been freely adapted from the famous Edgar Allan Poe story, The Black Cat. We follow an abusive relationship. Oliviero, played by Luigi Pistilli, and Irina, played by Anita Strindberg. There is a strange string of murder cases with victims all being beautiful women and somehow connected to this very toxic and volatile couple. Are they connected, or are they being targeted? Your Vice is all about paranoia and suspicions, and how all of this connects somehow. It's a wild ride, but a bloody good one, pun intended. Again, I will be delving into spoiler territory by speaking of certain aspects of the movie, so just keep that in mind while watching. The film starts with a wake for the main character's mother, Oliviero. We are introduced right away to how abusive this relationship is between the main couple. The atmosphere is obviously very strange because he is hosting the wake for the passing of his mother, so we can see that he is in a difficult place mentally. He is masking his emotions by alcohol and drugs, and surrounding himself with a group of local hippies that are all doing the exact same thing, drinking and drug taking, free spirits. But the way he treats his wife is just awful. He creates a cocktail of different drinks from collecting the alcohol from other partygoers, then he forces his wife to drink it all in front of the guests, humiliating her. We also see him be sexually and racially abusive to their maid, exploiting her again in front of all the guests. Martino always does a tremendous job at portraying real scumbags and just disgusting human beings on film and within his writing, and this film is full of many of these characters, and within the first 10 minutes we see this. The scene ends in a very surreal way by a big sing-along and a woman climbing on the banquet table dancing and slowly stripping. Again, very surreal and strange, perfectly setting up the rest of the movie. When the first kill occurs, it happens to be with his mistress, who is an ex-student of his, so straight away he is a prime suspect for the local police force, and it takes no time for a local detective to appear at his doorstep, wanting to ask him questions about where he was and what he was doing at the time of the grisly murder. Oliviero is a washed-up writer, and the police detective makes notes how he knows him and has read a few of his previous novels before. His wife bails him out by agreeing that he was at home all night, setting up a lullaby for him, even though she knows he wasn't and has her suspicions of him. He is adamant that he had nothing to do with it, and has a story of his car breaking down, and that's why he wasn't at home. Again, the paranoia runs strong throughout the runtime, with both of them having suspicions, especially the wife. We the audience see how he is acting. He's an alcoholic and his career is behind him. The loss of his mother has tipped him over the edge, and he has become very aggressive towards his wife, but he insists he is not guilty, and that she, his wife, should believe him and trust him. After a couple more killings appear, and some twists and turns, we end up with the surprise arrival of his niece coming to stay with them for a little bit, played by the beautiful Edwidge Fenech. She is very confident and open. She gets caught up deeply with the events going on and starts developing very interesting relationships with both Oliviero and Irina, one which has a very strong incest angle. Again, we see how these events unfold, and with bucket loads of character development and surprises, this film really stands the test of time, and is considered one of the best giallo movies of all time, and said to be Martino's best work as well. Your Vice's Locked Room and Only I Have the Key is an absolute masterclass in the giallo genre. Now, I've never read the original Edgar Allan Poe story, and there have been a plethora of adaptations of The Black Cat, from Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat to Giorgio Romero's and Dario Argento's joint effort, Two Evil Eyes, and many, many films before, in between, and after. It's a very popular go-to story to put on the silver screen, and like I said, I've never read the original story, but within the horror community, Your Vice ranks up there as a favourite for a lot of people, and gets a lot of praise not only for the film itself, but also for the actual adaptation from the source material. So far what I've seen, and out of the other two Black Cat films I mentioned, this is definitely my favourite, and this was a first time watch for me too. I was really impressed and invested in the characters and what I was seeing. The story, dialogue and acting are all great, even the dubbing is solid. as there are a lot of examples of badly dubbed Italian movies from this era. The music composed by Bruno Nicolai is fantastic and used very effectively, has a beautiful tone and really elevates, especially when the title theme plays over a few of the key scenes. The gore and blood is kept to a minimum, but again, when used, it's effective and doesn't feel overdone or unnecessary. Also, it has that beautiful 70s Euro style of being very bright and vibrant red colouring, classic. Now, one thing that is very prominent and at times it feels exploitive is the gratuitous nudity. Now, I will say it doesn't feel sleazy as other movies because a big factor of the film is sexual violence and abuse, so Martino takes full effect of that. And again, because the film is shot so beautifully using a lot of extreme close-ups, tracking shots and crane shots, it feels tasteful, considering what the subject matter is. And of course, when the scenes of sexual abuse do appear, it's going to feel uncomfortable. But for the story and trying to portray these characters, especially Olivero, at how much of an awful being and husband he is, it does get it across. And the performances from both Luigi and Ania are so strong. They really captivate you, especially Luigi's. From having roles in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and many, many more Italian classics from over the years, there's no surprise that he does a great job at getting this character across so well. He has a great look, and the film industry needs more of these great character actors today. The women are all stunning and oozing with sex appeal. Both Edwidge Fenech and Anita Strindberg have starred in a ton of movies, with Edwidge being in a plethora of giallo and genre films, recently having a cameo in Hostel Part 2, which Eli Roth actually managed to get her out of retirement for the role. Everything looks so hot and warm. The overall look has so much style to it, and like I said before, everyone is so beautiful in this. One thing I've not mentioned yet is the black cat itself. We see the cat briefly throughout, and mainly doing a lot of mischievous walking around and meowing, but the wife does develop a hateful relationship between the cat, trying to kill it a few times, but to no prevail. The cat being named Satan, which is very fitting, but again it's used very subtly, and it's almost in the background pulling strings, like how is shown in all of the Black Cat adaptations. My final opinion on the movie is positive. I absolutely loved it. Was really digging it all the way through. I love giallo movies, and this one has jumped near to the top for me when it comes to comparing giallo films. Most people know, but some won't, so quickly I'll explain what giallo means. Giallo is the colour yellow in Italy, and there is a very popular and wide range of mystery crime novels in Italy that all shed the colour yellow for their covers and spine. So that is why these subgenre of films are referred to as gialli, mystery crime movies in Italy. They do all have a set of unique rules to follow, and there was a huge run of these movies back in the 70s as people like Dario Argento and Mario Bava really made them popular for audiences in the mid to late 60s. Also, don't know if it's just me, but the word giallo is so satisfying to say. This might sound strange to say, but this film kind of reminds me of The Shining. Many aspects like the typewriter, the big house or building it takes place in, the alcoholic husband who's going delusional and has visions of killing his own family, the almost supernatural element causing all of this to happen. Feels very similar, obviously both very different films, but it's fun to spot the similarities. So of course I recommend this. It's a popular Martino movie, considered one of the finest giallo movies out there, and just a blast from start to finish. The acting is great and the mystery will keep you guessing throughout. If you're looking to get into giallo, then I suggest start with this one. It's pretty accessible and easy to follow. Very stylish and stunning to look at. And I'm sure you will remember it far after the credits roll. Also, don't be put off by the title. It has to be one of the longest movie titles ever, and I can see it putting off a lot of people before watching it. But trust me, stick with it. It's quite common for giallo to have these long, interesting titles, and for me it's one of my favourites when it comes to this subgenre. Here we have the Arrow Video Black Cat box set, which contain both Your Vice's Locked Room and Only I Have the Key, and also Lucio Fulci's The Black Cat. This is a great looking box set, very sturdy. Just what you expect from an Arrow Video set. The spine. The cover's got new commissioned artwork, which is very nice. Top, the bottom, and also the back has all your contents. Limited edition, this box set, you can't get it anymore. Goes for a pretty penny, but again, it is a really nice set. region A and B. I would take a high quality image and put it up so you can pause to read again. Let's take a look inside. Comes with a really nice booklet. How many pages is it? 77. Again, you know, lots of writing on both films. Some nice stills. You know, again, just, you know, really nice stuff. Here we have Lucio Fulci's Black Cat. I won't take a too in-depth look at it, as I'll be doing a video at a later date on the Black Cat. Yeah, no, it's a great addition. And here is Your Vice is Locked, Ruben, Only I Have the Key. Again, I'll take a picture and put it up. But, you know, original artwork, 2-disc DVD and Blu-ray. This one also comes with a postcard, which is very nice. The new artwork, which is on both of the discs. Again, really nice, but I do prefer the original for this. You know, just a solid edition, a solid box set of a great film. 2 great films. Nice book. So yeah, you can buy both of the films separately, 1-disc re-releases of just the Blu-ray. Comes with all the bonus features, it's just missing the DVD. And you can pick them both up pretty cheap. They're normally on the Arrow sales when they have one. So I recommend grabbing those. If you can find the box set for a good price, you know, go for it. But it doesn't matter which edition you own, the transfer is great, the extras are really good. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, hope you enjoyed, see you next time.